Hi everyone, my name is Adenike. In this tutorial today, I'm going to show you how to cut and sew this beautiful snatched waist with side ruched Bubu top showing on the screen. Here's the fabric I'm making use of. I have here 2 yards of this Kampala silk fabric here, which is one of the African print. I've already folded it into 4, but I'm going to show you how to fold it with this little paper. Assuming this is the width of this Kampala silk fabric, which is 2 yards, and this is the length of 44 inches. I'm going to fold it into 2 like so, and I'm going to fold it again into 2, making into 4 fold. That is what I have on the table here. And I'm going to make all the markings on the wrong side. This is 1 inch downward for my starting point, and it's also my shoulder line. Now, from my center back and center front on my shoulder line, I'm going to mark out 5.5 inches for my neck width, but the neck I'm making today is a straight neckline. There is no need for me to mark out my neck depth. So this is where 5.5 inches is. And from there as well, from my center back and center front, I'm going to mark out half of my shoulder measurement, which is 7.5 inches because my shoulder is 15 inches. Now from here, I'm going to determine how long I want my sleeve to be. So what I have here now is 14.5 inches. If your own fabric is more than 44 inches in length, you can make use of more than what I have here. So from here now, I'm going to come down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope. I will now connect it from the neckline here till I reach here. So after connecting, so from here, I'm going to measure out half of my sleeve band. But if you want your own sleeve to be wider than this, you can use half of your round armhole. So from here, I'm going to measure 2 inches inward till I reach the bottom of my top and connect. And after connecting, I'm going to curve this area like so. So from my shoulder line, I'm going to measure out my waistline, which is 16 inches, and extend it to meet up with the center front and center back like so. Now on my waistline from my center front and center back, I'm going to impute quarter of my waist. My waist is 32 inches divided by 4, give me 8 inches, which is here. And from this point, I'm going to measure 2 inches inward for my drawstring. So what I have here that remains, which is 6 inches, I'm going to repeat it till I reach the bottom of my top and connect. So this is where my drawstring is going to be. This line is where my drawstring is going to be. And this is where my belt is going to be as well. So on the shoulder line here, I'm going to add 1 inch seam allowance on it because of my neckline that is straight. And I said my neckline is going to be straight neckline without neck depth. So I'll go ahead and cut it after that. After cutting on this neckline, I'm going to notch it a bit and open the remaining folded edge. Having done that, I'm going to remove my back. So now this is my back part. And this is the wrong side of my back part. I'm putting it aside, and this is my front part. So I'll go ahead and copy all that I have here on the other side, because I want my drawstring to be on the left side, but if you want it on the right side, you can just leave it like this. So I'll now hold it like so for me to dot all that I have here on the other side, so it will be easier for me to copy. Now I'll go ahead and open it up like this. So this is where my belt is going to be on this side, my inner belt, and this line is for my drawstring. I'll now connect it. connecting the 2 points like so. Having done that, I'll go ahead and hem the bottom of my top, but I'm going to leave 4 inches here, 4 inches. I'm doing the same thing on this side, 4 inches. So I'll now start hemming the bottom of my top from these 4 inches. I'll double fold it like this and start my hemming from here. I measured 4 inches inward, so I'm going to start my stitching from that 4 inches, trying to measure it again after folding into 2, after double folding. So I'm going to start from there and stop here. Just make sure you leave 4 inches or 3 inches on both sides. And this is the fabric I'm using for the casing of my drawstring. As you can see, it's 3 inches in length. And make sure what you have here, the fabric you want to use as a casing, is more than what you have here. As you can see. So I'm going to double fold the edge here and top stitch on it. Now I'm done hemming the bottom of my front part. As you can see, I left 4 inches here without hemming. I did the same thing on the other side, like I said. So if you want your drawstring to be on the right side, you can make use of this side, but if you want it to be on the left side, make use of this other side. And here's the fabric for my casing, like I said. So just make sure you place it on this line and let the line be at the middle of this fabric. I've hemmed the edge here, like I said. I will now place it like so. Make sure the line is at the middle of this fabric, please. So I'm going to leave 1 inch at the bottom here, so that I can hem the casing too, just because of the drawstring. So I'm cutting it out now. So before placing it on the main fabric, I'm going to double fold the edge here too and hem it. So I'm going to place it like so after hemming. Place it like so after hemming. Just make sure this line is at the middle of this fabric, please. I'll just place it like this and fold it on both sides and top stitch. I'm folding 0.25 on both sides and top stitch after hemming here. And these are the fabric for my inner belt. As you can see, I have 2 pieces here. It's 3 inches in length and 20 inches in width. So I'll go ahead and fold it like this and stitch it from here with ½ inch till I reach here. I'm doing the same thing on the second one. I'm done hemming the casing of my drawstring, as you can see, on both sides, and I run a stitch on the middle of it, just for me to have 2 casing. And this is my belt. I'll go ahead and turn it to the right side. I'm trying to cut out the excess fabric before turning it to the right side. After turning to the right side, I'm going to give it a good press. Here's the second belt, as you can see. After pressing it out, after giving it a good press, I'm going to measure 1 inch on the open edge here. 1 inch inward and place it on this line and top stitch on it, like so. I'm doing the same thing on the second one. Measure 1 inch on the open edge, place it on the line for the inner belt and top stitch. Here is another fabric for my drawstring. As you can see, it's 2 inches in length, and make sure you have more than enough width. So I'll go ahead and fold it on both sides like so. Fold it again and run a stitch from here to here. Now I'm done with my belt, as you can see, and this is my rope. So I'm going to use safety pin to pass it through the casing that I created for it. Just watch me from the bottom here. I'm going to pass it through till I come out on the upper part of it, of the casing. I'm done bringing it out from the first part of the casing. I'll now insert it through the second part of the casing, like so. And now I'm done with the second side. As you can see, I'll just remove my safety pin. Just draw the rope like this. Here's the effect of the drawstring, as you can see. So I'll now go ahead and place my front on the back part. Here is my back part, and this is my front part. Let the right side face each other like so, and stitch my shoulder with 1 inch on both sides from the neckline. I'm done stitching the 2 shoulders, as you can see, but I later realized that my belt is much better on my under bust than on my waistline. That was why I later put it on my under bust. So I will now open it up like so to the wrong side for me to hem my sleeve. Make sure you open the seam allowance like so before double folding it and hem it. I'm doing the same thing on the second sleeve. Open the seam allowance like so, double fold it and hem it. So after doing all that, I'm going to fold it again. Just let the right side face each other and stitch from the sleeve here with 1 inch till I reach the bottom. I'm doing the same thing on the second side of it. I'm done stitching both sides, as you can see. I'll now go ahead and hem the bottom of my back, starting from where I stopped on the front part, all through till I reach the second side of the front, like so. So after doing that, I'm going to overlock the 2 sides. And overlock the 2 shoulders separately like this, from here to here. And after overlocking, I'm going to fold the neckline like so and give it a good press. I'm going to fold the back neckline as well and give it a good press. And at the same time, I'm going to use my hemming glue to put it underneath, fold it like this and give it a good press. I'm doing the same thing on the back part. After doing so, I'll come and show you the finishing look of it. Here is the finishing look of it, guys. If my tutorial has been helpful to you, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel to support my channel. If you have any question pertaining to cutting and sewing, you can join me on my Facebook group, Details to Sewing, created by Akorede Adenike. I'm on Twitter and Instagram at Akorede Adenike. Please show some love by liking and following my page on Facebook at Aniki Culture. Till I see you in my next video, guys. Stay safe, stay blessed. Bye.